Throughout all of Steel Ball Run, you are made to believe that the brojo of that part is Gyro Zeppeli, and I don't blame you or anyone to think that, because it's a pretty solid assumption. But if you look closer at Steel Ball Run, you might begin to notice that the real Joe Bro has been under Johnny Joestar's nose this entire time. That being Johnny's metaphorical legs, the one who carries him to the finish, the stubborn Appaloosa horse, Slow Dancer. Slow Dancer is an 11-year-old American Appaloosa, a breed of horses best known for their leopard-spotted pattern. They have many body types and sizes over their entire breed, and the spotted pattern is more linked to a genetic mutation known as leopard complex mutation. This leaves them prone to many future problems such as night blindness and things along those lines. And even though this type of horse is known to have existed in Europe, the ancient Greece, or hell, the Han Dynasty in China, they do have a pretty strong origin point in America. You see, they are linked to the Pacific Northwest Native American tribe known as the Nez Perce. The Nez Perce bred them for their unique look, and they lost most of them during the Nez Perce War, and they were claimed by the United States and made into the Appaloosa breed that we know now today. The Appaloosan breed is known for their use in long-term endurance riding competitions and horseback racing, and Appaloosas hold the all-breed record for the 3,000-foot dash, which was set back in 1989. See, the origin of the name dates back to the settlers of Palouse, or Palouse, Washington, as they would refer to their horses as a Palouse horse, and after a while, with a bunch of mistranslations throughout the entirety of the United States, they got known as an Appaloosa horse. So they just adopted the name Appaloosa. Now, the name for Slow Dancer comes from the Boz Scaggs album Slow Dancer, released in 1974, with the single sharing the same name as the album. Now, that song, Slow Dancer, is probably the strongest connection to the horse Slow Dancer, given that the song itself is in reference to an intimate dance between two people. While the song does have a more romantic theme, the ideas repeated a few times throughout the song is that Slow Dancer, a being, enters the life of the narrator and improves it wholeheartedly, with some specific lines being, "Whoa, slow dancer, sweet romancer, shine your light on me. Slow Dancer, give me the answer, only you can set me free." Which fits the purpose of Slow Dancer through the entirety of Steel Ball Run and the ending arc of Steel Ball Run, as Slow Dancer is able to set Johnny free by unlocking his true potential, or Tusk Act 4, and by carrying him throughout the entire race, which does give him the infinite rotation, which then returns to Johnny his ability to walk. And there's another song from the Slow Dancer album that fits these two pretty well, but not nearly as well as the Slow Dancer song by itself, and that song is Hercules, which is a song that speaks about the greatness of the Greek hero, Hercules, who through many trials ascended to godhood, much like Johnny Joestar throughout all of Steel Ball Run, as he ascended to his own form of power through his understanding of the spin and the help from his horse. And if you look at the influence that Araki takes when drawing poses, you notice that he uses a lot of Greek and Roman statues as influences. And now if you break down the name Slow Dancer, it helps us understand why Slow Dancer is in the story, more than just to slowly help Johnny regain his ability to walk, as Slow Dancer is a very calm and collected horse due to its age, not getting easily freaked out by gunfire or recklessly running into danger for no reason. It's a horse which dances its way slowly and calmly through every situation. Now, another interesting detail I should have brought up in the Valkyrie video is that the racing numbers for Valkyrie and for Slow Dancer actually matter. As you see, Gyro and Valkyrie are 636, where Johnny and Slow Dancer are 939. This is because Slow Dancer and Valkyrie represent what Gyro and Johnny need out of each other, as they are both opposites and equals at the same time. See, Valkyrie is Johnny in her durability, companionship, and their warrior spirit. All of these are things that Gyro needs to get through the race. Where Slow Dancer is Gyro in his experience, given that Gyro explicitly points out that Slow Dancer's age was very important when it comes to picking a horse, because it won't rush into danger, but it also has stamina. Also, Gyro and Slow Dancer both are used in the restoration of Johnny's ability to walk, and both Gyro and Slow Dancer need to warm themselves up to Johnny when it comes to being friends with them. Also, again, the Japanese number pun for 939 in hiragana can be read as a cup of coffee, which a cup of coffee is commonly referred to as a pick-me-up drink, or something used to give someone energy. And you see, Slow Dancer literally is a pick-me-up for Johnny, as he literally picks him up throughout the story a lot of times. Also the fact that he's his legs, and also the source of energy for the infinite rotation to be achieved. So in a lot of ways, Slow Dancer is Johnny's cup of coffee. Now, design-wise, Slow Dancer is a white horse with a lot of faint black dots all over its body, which only get larger and more noticeable as you get to the more back legs of Slow Dancer. They also seem to have a blonde mane, but since there's no official canon coloring for it, we just have to go off the fact that Slow Dancer is designed to look like his rider, Johnny, as they both have a very overall white aesthetic, and later in the digital colors by Schursche, when Johnny is drawn with a more bluish overtone, you notice that Slow Dancer also has a more bluish overtone to his white. They are also given a more aged demeanor, but it's not too heavily focused on. But when you look at Valkyrie and Slow Dancer side by side, you notice that one of them definitely looks older, as Slow Dancer is more oftenly hanging its head down. Slow Dancer's main purpose throughout all of Steel Ball Run is mainly to be Johnny Joestar's legs. He was selected specifically by Johnny for his age and breed, given that Johnny's family is renowned for horseback riding and Johnny's late profession was racing, so he would know that this is the perfect horse to choose. Though the two of them don't get along right away, in fact Slow Dancer nearly kills him, they slowly form a close and unbreakable bond by the end of the part. This bond is represented mostly through them moving in sequence and through their own little shortcut to achieve the infinite rotation. As you can say, they were sort of dancing with each other. Also, Slow Dancer is there for Johnny to test most of his spin-based abilities on. As you see in the earlier parts, he is specifically using the spin on Slow Dancer to get things to work, and also when he uses it on the muscle specifically to get off the horse. And we know that Johnny does keep Slow Dancer after the Steel Ball Run race, as we see him and Reno riding Slow Dancer together on probably what is their first date together. And we also see that Johnny keeps Slow Dancer at what looks to be their Joestar ranch. Not sure if he brought Slow Dancer with him to Japan afterwards, but it's very possible. So in simple, Slow Dancer and Johnny were a perfect match for each other and the Steel Ball Run race. One skilled yet crippled jockey and his slow and sturdy Appaloosa horse danced their way past multiple obstacles, only to finally finish their journey better than they were before. And if you want to finish your own personal journey of self-rediscovery, head on over to my Patreon at patreon.com/MettyNotTheBadGuy and contribute to my videos, because that will help you rediscover yourself. Or if you want to achieve your own personal synchronization with your horse, I'm told that if you watch Shimonetta, A Boring World of the Concept of Dirty Jokes, you can get it at Funimation.com/show/Shimonetta, helps a lot with horse synchronization.